What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at Baby Pires, the 290k icon. It's, I think, my second icon of reviewing because purely we got a Zidane, R9 or Cantona in alone, so we managed to get that one done pretty well. And I wanted to start to bring you the icons, mainly the ones that are going to probably be in icon swaps. We're going to probably see a Pires, maybe his 88, depending on when they release it. If they do it after the season ends, I could probably see his mid rather than his baby. And to be honest, to some extent, maybe you want a cam version. It does have a plus 16 pace though on his left mid, which will be probably the best thing ever for it. So I can see why the price difference. Sometimes the baby is better than the mid, or sometimes the baby is better than the mid and the prime. So it is very weird to see, but Pires is the first one. Unfortunately, as an idiot, I sold him before getting the screen. It was my first icon a while back. I've since then done two others as well that I believe I have got the screen for, and I'm trying to get used to doing that because with the icons, I was trying to flip him for a little bit of a profit or at least a break even. So I managed to do that, and then I realized after it, I haven't got him. So that is always fantastic. I was thinking doing him in a concept squad, but I thought, if I'm doing him in something that's where he's not actually there, I'd rather just come on Footbin and just show you basically what I'm looking at, and then we can get into some gameplay, and then we've got the end review as normal for him. So 85 cam at Pires is coming in at 290, so he's not the cheapest icon on the market. I believe Inzaghi's coming for 250, 260. Obviously with FUT champs around the corner, we're going to see a little bit of a price rise in these because they can link players. Not necessarily because they're good, but you can swap them out. Literally, that is it. A 200k player, rather than buying 4 different players to link a team, is the perfect option sometimes. And that is what I'm seeing with Inzaghi, to be honest. Pires, for me, though, was absolutely phenomenal. I played him with Mertens, who is going to get a review as well, but it was really good. 4-star, 4-star. He really did play quite well for me. He isn't the greatest, like after playing with like Odegaard and people like that. He isn't the greatest by any means. He was a very, very early on kind of purchase for me, and he was good at that point. Now, if I'm thinking in FUT champs, would I really want a Pires? Definitely not for 290. I feel like the links and all of that are absolutely fantastic. But if I'm buying an 85 rated card that's going to play cam and is just as good as Odegaard, maybe even slightly worse, I'm out of my mind. It'd literally be for the links, and there'd be no other option that is as cheap as getting Pires. So that for me is the big start off point. Most of these icons, especially the lower rated ones, are link players. They're not players because they're good. They're not players there because you just really, really want him. It's because they link a lot of teams together. Obviously with Pires, he gets a strong link with any French player, and then the weak link with any other player. So you can link quite well. 290k, I think it's relatively normal price for him. If we look across the board, he is starting to actually come down. He was 283 yesterday on the Xbox, 270 there. Did rise up. Obviously, some of these like this, it's just an anomaly. He didn't go for 420, no way at all. And then he's kind of coming on the down, so he's about right price at the moment. And to be honest, icons are hard to flip. I kind of get lucky with them. If I buy them at their low, I'll then sell them. It's very much like how a lot of people say, buy them Monday after FUT champs, the little kind of like sell off, and then sell them again Thursday, Friday for FUT champs. You could do that. I feel like it's holding a lot of coins. Unless you had millions upon millions, you're not really going to be able to do that with many icons. So review wise, I need to have my coins with me. So I need quick flips. And that's really the hard thing to do with icons, unless you know the market like the back of your hand. In terms of stats, we've got 82 dribbling, 80 shooting, 86 passing, 66 physicality, and 72 pace. It's not the wow factor. And if I was to put a basic on him, you can see a little bit. 87 cam. It's not terrible, but again, there's so many players that are very similar, and I'm interested because I actually wanted to do this. So we've got Ericsson is, again, a really nice player to get. This is coming in, I think, 30, 40k. Obviously on Friday as well with packs. He's going to be even cheaper. Again, it is the harder to link player. Serie A, you've got to have the players around him, but it's one of them. For me, 290 is just a lot of money to spend on an average player right there. His 88... again, doesn't look amazing for 358, but is a little bit better with the pace. And then his prime, I really, really didn't rate his prime last year. I got it in the prime guaranteed pack from season rewards or icon swaps, and I was absolutely mortified. He was shocking. So I'm very interested to see how he plays. Let's get into some gameplay now, and then we'll come back to this screen for the end review. So looking at Pires, honestly, he played phenomenal for me. And this is what I'm saying. I got him very early on. He was just absolutely rinsing people. His passing was great. His pace was good. His shooting was on point. He was assisting, scoring, passing, all of that great stuff there. Lovely little near post goal there. But the one problem I had was it was very early on. It's very early on, and not everybody was like keen on the game. You see there, just a little 1-2, hits the post, the Mertens managed to follow up. It was very basic times right there. Now we're into a point where people are getting better squads. We're really seeing kind of like the players really knowing now what they're actually doing. You see here, he's trying to try and find Pires, and the kind of play is abysmal. No one's following him. It's a rubbish chip. To be honest, I should have finessed it, but you can see the luckiness about it. Again, a weak pass out, little turn into Pires, and again the keeper saves it. I'm not saying he's the greatest finisher in the world, but neither is he the worst, and that's the one point I'm taking it from it, because he was scoring a few chances here that he really was missing, and I was thinking it may be just me as well, because obviously I'm not the greatest at the game. I'm not saying that I'm absolutely perfect and it's all his fault, but there is times where I've seen players absolutely smash it, and it's effortless. Strikers sometimes, even cams, effortless. Odegaard, during his inform, his 85 was beautiful. He was scoring left, right and centre, and I just couldn't stop him. And I've not changed since then. So there is a lot of a lot of movement that I'm doing. Nearly getting a goal there. That was a bit of a kind of a hash chance, really. But getting into the final clip before we go to the end review. Lovely pass. Mertens' goal. Can't argue with it. So on to the end review for baby Pires. Again, he's a good player. He's not the best, and I think price-wise, is just not it. He really isn't it for me. Overall, I was happy with him. I feel like he's above average. Price-wise, it's a no-go. If you're going for the player, go find someone else. But in terms of links for other icons, there's loads, and I will show you. In fact, Generations, do we have it's exactly the same, isn't it? Unfortunately, we don't get that. When it comes to the prime moments, that's going to be interesting to see. Position change, rating change, with the babies and the mids and the primes. They all stay the same from FIFA 18, from Legends, which is crazy to see that they were a completely different colour. I must admit, I liked the FIFA 20 theme. I'm not a big fan of the big 50 at the back now for this icon, but I'm sure it'll grow at me. In terms of links, we have got so many French icons, and that's probably the best thing about him. I know the link to everybody, but it's nice to have. Imagine having a full French icon team. You could have, I don't think you can have a keeper. There's no right back, but centre backs, you've got Blanc and Desailly. DMs, you've got Makelele, Vieira, Petit. Then you've got like Cantona, you've got Pires, you've got Zidane, Thierry Henry, and I think Trezeguet. I knew there was one more. It's just a cracking middle. To then put onto the top of it, you've got people like, oh, it's going to show all the other icons. You've got people like, where are they? Or is it weak link? It'll be strong link, surely. Let's go down past all the icons, because you've got some really nice icons that you can use in this now. I believe, I don't know if special cards count first and then they go. Oh, I would have thought it would show me all the French players. Oh, are they weak links? Oh, are they okay? They're weak links. Apologies, but we've got Mbappe, Benzema, Kante, Griezmann. You've got Longley, Yedda, especially an inform of him as well. Pogba, Varane. There is so many good players that you can link with Pires to really make that difference. Obviously then you've got links to everybody as well, but that's going to be the big thing. The French players this year are going to be absolutely insane. Again, I don't feel like it will be a change from last year. We really noticed it at the end of the game. Every single promo had at least 2 French players in it, and Summer Heat was just nuts for it. There was literally 5 or 6 Summer Heat cards coming out a week with French nationality. But overall, I was happy with him at the start. He won't last most definitely, and his price will probably drop. Could I see him in the icon swaps? I'd say his 88 would go in there, because if it's going on another 20 to 30 days for the next season, I would say the 85 then would be obsolete. I don't think he'll be at all useful, and even now I don't feel like he's going to be that player that's really going to change a FUT Champs team, and I don't think you'd have as much fun as you could with another cam worth almost 300,000 coins. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. We're going for that 7k as quick as possible, and we'll see you all for the next one.